Y'all, who is this overly freaky ass nigga walking around the Kroger on Covington Highway in Lithonia, Georgia, recording people's asses? This is the second time I done caught this nigga following me recording my ass, bro. This nigga is freaked out. Look at this shit. Can you get away from me recording me with your phone right there? Get the fuck away from me and stop following me around this fucking store. So y'all, a month ago, this was the same man that was following me around. I couldn't even get a video of him. I had my toddler and my 10-year-old with me. I was just taken aback that he was actually doing that. And by the time I pulled my phone out, he had already walked past me. So when I looked up at him while he was following me around the store today and I saw his face, I said, this is the same nigga from last time. So I hurried up and went to like a real empty aisle and I stood there because I knew he was going to be behind me. And lo and behold, there his stupid dumb ass go. Y'all, who is this over?
Hey yo, yeah, y por esto, hermano. Now in this one, hey yo, black man, hold on. In this one, right? Yo, this is the kind of guy who I don't make content for, right? When I talk about 10%, yo, listen, 10%, you would never be caught walking around a grocery store with a cell phone recording ass. Yo, come on, son, you got to do better. But see, I made a video on my channel called Being Starved Out. And guys like this, right? This is what happens when you become starved out. You see, it's something similar to when, people get abducted, kidnapped or whatever, and you're captured and tortured, or let's say you go to prison for 30 years. After a while, you just get used to it. You adapt. You know what I mean? You adjust to the bad circumstances, right? And these guys who are starved out, I'm telling you, it gets to the point to where it drives guys insane because on a biological level, we understand that yes, men need sex, right? Especially if you're the kind of guy who gets sex. I mean, some dudes never get them at all, but you got to think about it. Some dudes have higher testosterone than other guys, and it's probably a hard thing to mentally deal with and physically if you're not getting no action. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that black women starve black men out, right? Because I've made multiple videos, I talked about it before, but again, based upon how you look, how you behave, right? If you a thugged out dude, criminal minded dude, your height, your hairline, the placement of your eyes and nose and mouth and ears, you know what I mean? Things you can't control. That's what they're judging you based upon, right? They're looking for ways to eliminate you if they can. So all they're doing is just pretty much dealing with a small population of guys. And again, you heard what that woman said. She's in Georgia, right? She said, Lithonia, Georgia. One thing I've noticed, right? In a city like Atlanta, I'm not saying that you can't interracially date, but because the numbers are so skewed, again, you will hear black women say stuff like, oh, black men have their pick of the litter here in Atlanta. Glocktavius does, not the rest of black men, right? You would say something like it's 16 women to one man. Yeah, Glocktavius. And half of the Glocktaviuses are down low. So they're sleeping with down low anyways. But guys like this, right? So mind you, I'm not saying you can't interracially date in Atlanta, but when you're in states like Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, Florida, uh, Tennessee, Louisiana, I'm not saying you can't interracially date, but most things are very segregated in the South. Unless you live in a Section 8 neighborhood where, maybe certain people from other ethnic backgrounds live in the neighborhood as well, that might play a different role. But in the South, things are segregated. Black people tend to live on the south side of the city or east. I realize that too. No matter what city you go to in America, black people always live south, southeast, or east of the city. Always. Maybe even northeast sometimes, but always south and east of the city, sometimes west. And again, in the south, I spent some time in Atlanta, so I can tell you, south of Atlanta, right? Black people. East, black people. So again, this dude right here probably living over there for so long. his only option is black women, and black women not checking for him, so he's starved out. He's been reduced to doing, creepy, weird, freak stuff in the grocery store. And I asked myself, I'm like, yo, listen, these kind of dudes at this point, they don't have no more self control, no more discipline. I made videos on my channel about this black dude from Philly who this dude skeeted paws on a woman's leg in the Dollar Tree, and he took off running. I made another video about a black dude in Atlanta who did a drive-by nut pause on a white woman at the Whole Food or like the Sprouts Farmers Market. And I'm like, yo, come on, son. But you gotta think about it. By the time your mind gets to the point to where you think doing something like that is acceptable, because mind you, I'm not justifying these guys' behavior, but by the time your mind gets to that point, you're broken. You're broken. Again, you saw the dude face. I mean, I'm not judging dude's looks, but based off his face, yo, he has two eyes, a mouth, and a nose, and a strong hairline. Like, yo, why is he not getting no action from black women? And the dude looked tall. You feel me? The dude looked tall. So, based off of black women, how they grade you as a black man, ain't that enough right there? You know what I mean? Ain't that enough right there? But see, a lot of dudes, you don't get it. It's a game that you're gonna have to keep on playing because, listen, they control who wins and who loses. And like I said, I'm not saying you can't interracially date in the South. You just don't interact with non-black women because it's so damn segregated. Unless you are in university, right? You don't interact with these people. And again, I'm gonna break down Georgia for you guys. If she lives, because I've been to that Kroger she's talking about. I can tell you, yes, it's some for you dudes who are deeply invested in black women and you live in Atlanta, listen, just go to the east side. Go to that same Kroger. But the way how it works is, listen, if you're 21 years old, if you're not in university, I can guarantee you don't interact with white women, Latinas, and Asian women, not on a daily basis. If you work at Amazon, you work around like 90% black people. 90% for sure. Maybe depending on where you work, what side of town, okay, you might interact with a few more non-black people, but it's gonna be like, especially women, it's gonna be like 85% Keisha, right? Because guess what? Like I just told you, dudes, black people live south and east and even west of the city. I think west might just be a little more skewed depending on the city. Numbers might be higher or lower, but they tend to kind of be high because pretty much west, south, and east are where the black people live. But south is gonna always have the heaviest presence of black people, no matter the city, right? So, and again, a city like Atlanta, Asian people and white people they live together in the same areas, which is gonna be north of the city. Latino people to some degree live over there as well. So again, as a black man, that's why I always talk about in those videos, yo, when you live deep down south, you're stuck. You don't really have an option. A lot of you dudes, okay, listen, you're not out here going to the club on the weekend. You pull up Tinder, you pull up Hinge, you pull up Bumble. You know what I mean? You pull up what else is out there? I guess well BOK is a black app, but again, you pull up any one of those three apps, the most popular ones, anywhere down there in Georgia or any south in the I'm sorry, any state in the south, yo, listen, it's gonna be like 85, 90% Keisha in your area. Yes, you might see white women on there. You might see Latinas on there. Guaranteed, you're gonna match with 10 Keishas before you match with 10 white women. Guarantee you, right? You're gonna match with 20 Keishas before you match with 10 Asian women. So a lot of you dudes, your only option down there is Keisha, and Keisha's starving you out. Keisha's making you wait on some stepdad timing or some boyfriend timing. Yo, listen, I remember hearing that back in school. Oh, you're a good guy. Oh, you could be a great boyfriend. If a black woman is telling you how you can be a great boyfriend, I'm telling you it's a wrap. Go ahead and pack it up because for whatever reason, when it comes to them, the guy who they would have casual sex with isn't the guy they would marry. And the guy that they would marry isn't the guy they would have casual sex with. I don't get it, but again, that's the dual mating strategy because guess what? Glocktavius, he breeds 65% simp, including 10%, but 10% in their mind doesn't exist. You pay for Glocktavius bastard. I even told the story about how, listen, I was told a story recently about a chick doing that. I'm like, yo, come on, son. But see, these black dudes don't get it. This is why I make this content, right? Again, the dude, again, I'm not justifying his behavior. I'm not saying it's right, but you're starved out. Again, that's what happens to you when you are starved out, dude. You're going to start doing dark and devious things, dude. Who knows what that brother search history looked like? And again, when I first got on YouTube, I could have easily broken down that video into semen retention. That's why I tell dudes, listen, you need 365 days. You probably need 720, right? You need to go 2 years without releasing just so you can rewire your brain. At that point right there, again, you videotaping women in the store, following them, bro. You know what I mean? And then like, come on, son. Like, what you about to do? Go. What you about to do with that? Yo, listen. When I made SR content, I'm telling you, I saw some crazy videos out here, but it showed me it was so many black men out here doing the wildest stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, yo, listen, Keisha's got these dudes starved, and let's keep it a stack. Every video I saw, it was a guaranteed simp. It wasn't a Glocktavius. Guaranteed simp, but again, that's what's happening. Dudes are starved out. Listen, these black dudes who be out here doing the nonsense, yo, Keisha starved them out. And again, a lot of dudes, you don't figure it out that you're supposed to break away. That's why I told you, you need semen retention. You need that to break away from them. As long as you still want that black pussy, my nigga, she gonna always have you under control, and she gonna always be able to pretty much manipulate you, starve you out, jack your life up. I mean, personally, take some responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You lack self-control, you lack discipline, but it starts from somewhere, right? You're not getting what you're supposed to be getting. Listen, that brother could be smashing a 2 out of 10. I be talking down, you know what I mean? Like, yo, brothers need to increase their standard, but a dude like that, yo, listen, at that point, you got to figure something out, dude. At that point, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Like I said, even the dudes who are doing the, you know, releasing semen on women in public, like that was nonsense. But you got to think about it, dude. You're so broken. You're so broken to the point. That's what you have to revert to in order to just have any type of, you know, not even intimacy, but I guess female interaction, or you're just that pressed. Because come on, dude, you can't tell me your mind isn't shattered at that point. It's done. It's done. It's done. It sucks for these dudes, but anyways, black man, I'm just here breaking out another video, just showing you guys. Listen, pretty much, this is the reality for a lot of black dudes, man. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, and then you know what? Here's the funny part too, right? She mentioned how, listen, she saw the dude in the grocery store 1 month ago following her around. And then she saw him again recently, right? Instead of leaving the store, you have your 2 children with you. Instead of leaving the store, go into a different, mind you, black men, I know where that Kroger is at. I've been there. There's another Kroger not too far away. There's an Aldi directly across the street. You can go over there. But instead, you want to go to a different aisle and post up to see if he's going to walk up behind you, just so you can pull out your phone and record him. Because why? You care more about clicks and views. You care more about comments. Yo, black man, you go to her Instagram page, she has less than 10,000 followers. She's not even a content creator, but yet, like I said, you want clicks and views. You think exposing him is going to do something? Oh wow, people going to talk about him on the internet. Yo, Keisha, come on, son. Oh, get away from me. Yo, come on. You lured him over there. Keep it a stack. You lured him over there. You knew what timing he was on. Anyways, dude. Black man, yo, that could be you. Don't laugh. Yo, keep it a stack. You might laugh, because I did the commentary and everything. That could be you. A lot of you dudes keep it a stizzy. Yo, you don't gotta lie to me. Hold on, what Smokey said to Craig and Friday? You don't have to lie to kick it. Yo, listen, you don't have to lie to kick it over here, black man. Keep it a stack. Keisha not messing with a lot of you dudes. A lot of you dudes are not smashing high quality Keisha. You're not smashing average Keisha. You're not in. Listen, even if you wanted to touch low quality Keisha, either you just don't want to do it or you thinking to yourself, man, listen, even she acting stupid. So I'm gonna deal with the same bad attitude and hypercriticism from a 9, from a 3 as well. Hell no. Like I said, a lot of you brothers, get up out the deep south, man. Get your passport. Before you get your passport, move to a different state. Do something, man. But get up out of there, man. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.